Were you in here earlier? Are you sure? Good, because there's a fishy aroma in the air, and for once I feel safe investigating it. It's an absolute privilege when I get to investigate a truly fun story. You know that feeling of when you get like an extra 20 minutes of a lie-in and someone hands you a nice cup of hot coffee? For the most beautiful person you've ever met in your life and who you adore and whose ass you're not trying to kiss currently because of that fish comment. Well, today's tale is just one of those harmless pranks with a very harmless outcome. I suppose before we continue, you're probably distracted by my massive bulging muscles and also all of the marker on my face. Let's just say it's been a long afternoon of babysitting, and I have decided I no longer want children. Hence why I'm leaving mine in the forest tomorrow with a few crackers to sustain themselves. But you're not interested in child abuse, you're interested in pranks, even though the two sometimes go hand in hand. The Fish Bandit is a lover of men and tolerant of women, and most of all a very boutique man of mystery. You see, for me personally, I enjoy pranks to an extent. Was I one of those oaks who used to watch Gideon or insert any 2014 YouTuber who went completely out of their way to harass strangers just going about their life? Absolutely, for sure, no. And if you are one of those oaks, please come back into the light and rather watch someone like me who harasses people in a much more cowardly way behind a computer screen in their nice comfy little room. But I digress, and I enjoy the very innocent prank, where everyone can appreciate the joke and no one is the butt of the joke. One of my personal favorites is the unnecessary translator.
Hey, what's up, man?
Say what? 你好，兄弟。说什么？
Are you a trainer?
是健身房教练吗？
Yeah.
是的，是的。
Oh, really? Where do you train people at?
你在哪训练
Hardcore fitness in the
Hardcore fitness 是在那边。
And all the balloon drive-through. I like a prank that could not possibly ruin anybody's day unless they're an absolute psychopath. Or a prank that doesn't involve a non-public person just going about their day when a camera gets shoved into their face and they're told by the dickhead behind the camera, what, we're in public, I can film whatever I want. And the Fish Bandit slides into my idea of the ideal prankster. In case the context isn't clear from the images that have undoubtedly been behind me this entire time, the prank that the Fish Bandit pulls is he goes up to ATMs, presumably at night, and takes dead, presumably store-bought fish and tapes them up against ATMs. And that's it. That's the whole story. That's all he does. On very rare and special occasions, he'll slap a nice little ciggy in the fish's mouth, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Now, is it annoying that if I wanted to withdraw a couple bucks, the only ATM for miles has a raw, dead, stuck, wet fish to it? Yeah, for sure. Because I also for sure would not use that thing. In fact, I would be terrified of the man who does. Just wet, juicy, excreting fish juice on the keypad, especially if some drips onto the cash itself. Hey, baby, I know it's our anniversary, but I get it. You've been out of work for a bit pursuing your rap/podcast career. So why don't you let me pay for tonight's dinner? First of all, babe, I ain't pursuing. I'm articulating my destiny. Sure, I could have worked 3 more years in my dad's company and then bought that house you wanted. Then I'm 42, trying to hustle. Oh, she's lame. In seconds, I already sold my PS4 this afternoon, girl. We're gonna splurge. Okay, sweetie, that's fine. But can we at least talk about the name of your show again? Rochelle, you know I can't pronounce my half zeros very well. I know, baby, but the name Rapist might put people off. Well, then them people just need to listen to me to rap, and then it all makes sense, girl. Oh, shiz, that's the time. I'm gonna be late for Call of Duty with Kyle, babe. I gotta go. Gaston, my man. The bill. Sir, for the last fucking time, this is a McDonald's. You pay at the touchscreen. And then he pays with fish money or something. I don't know. I kind of got lost in my own character there. Although you and I can appreciate this prank for what it is and nothing burger. But in typical police fashion, the police didn't appreciate it that way at all. And in fact, arrested the Fish Bandit and charged him with 2 counts of property damage. Our boy here, whose face nor name is public information due to the fact that he's a 17-year-old minor, because of course he is, as a grown man who would be doing this would be absolutely insane. And if that was the case, I would wholeheartedly agree with the police that he needs to be locked up. But the reason why he was caught was pretty dumb. Unfortunately, the people's hero decided to take the prank too far and slap one of these ripe dead fishes up against a police cruiser. Our boy didn't make it easy for them overall in tracking down his true location and identity, as confusingly and very bizarrely, this prank was also committed at least in Tokyo, and maybe, according to USA Today, in Germany, Guatemala City, Guatemala, and Phoenix, Arizona. How a 17-year-old boy would have the funds to travel to Japan, much less Tokyo, is a total head-scratcher. Never mind those other countries and American states. States. But the cops for sure matched his web address with the person who was posting underneath the account, as he wouldn't be facing down the barrel of being sentenced to the Young Offenders Institute if that wasn't the case. So they've definitely got their man. Or did they? Allow me to conspiracize for a second. We have option A. The cops definitely have their man, and this teenager managed to travel the globe and not only purchase fish from a fish market, as well as packs of ciggies for that fish, or he was set up. I think we're dealing with an international crime syndicate whose motivations are yet unclear. Perhaps it's to sow public distrust in the authorities. Perhaps it's a distraction psyop. Or perhaps they simply want the world to have fish fingers. I think I just sold the case, boys. Big fish fingers behind this. They control the fish economy, and now they literally want to put fishes in the economy. Or, you know, it's also possible that this guy got random people in random countries to send him videos that he then posted on his own account posing to be himself. I mean, it's not impossible. I got a DM from him not long ago when I first mentioned on Twitter that I'm gonna cover this story, saying that you have to legally subscribe to Dino since you've made it this far anyway. That's all I have to say on the matter, guys. Thank you as always, and keep those fingers fishy. Bye bye.